Okay, what's going on? Grand Rising. Today is Friday, April the 12th, 2024. And we are looking at dollar index, Euro USD, and then the futures market. Coming off a really good week, we've had, out of the 5 days, we've won, I believe, three out of the five already. So today is just going to be taking it light, not going too crazy, with obviously with contracts or anything like that, and goal is to be as selective as possible when it comes to taking a trade today when it comes to NQ. So if there's a great setup there, I'll take it. I'm not going to hesitate, but I'm just saying there's less volume, contracts are changing over, there's a lot of different things at play. So just be safe, and let's see what we get today. But really quick, I do think that Asian liquidity on ES and NQ are all open. We already have, when you look at all three of them together here really quick, just structural wise, you already have, you know, ES is at that level in the 4 hour, 1 hour where we'd want to see a bounce. You have the lower low already being created and then absorbing orders at the 38,400 level here on YM. So they could rally this really good. Now with NQ, to me, it's like we might need to reach a little bit farther into the 250 levels or maybe the 2.25 before we would rally. But, we'll watch these two prices to kind of be able to see in price action closure going into New York. So, and see if volume starts to rally into the markets. But as of right now, there's just nothing that I'm seeing for sure. Like I said, I do kind of see ES holding that 52 level, which is good. So what we'll do is we'll be focused over here on 5 minute price, and when we get it, then we'll look for that favorable R&R that we can take here on the 15 and 5. So I'm gonna move this over just a little bit because this is just more for me to be able to see it. This is where I'm actually taking my trade. So I will see you guys on the other side. Let's be safe. I will be listening to Top Step here on the side there because they're doing fast markets here at 8:30. So if they have anything that I see them maybe getting into that we could play with or against, I will be doing that as well. So go through your trader's constitution. Make sure you're setting your mental framework for the day, and let's have an amazing day. All right, so about 5 seconds out from the open. Let's be patient. Let's get it. So just watching this 5 minute price, seeing if it's going to pull up above that area like we like to see, and then come back down and tap. And that's something I would really like to play. So I want to know where the low of this market is right here, 18,275 or 274 and a quarter. The low of the market right here, there's not that signal, so I don't want to play it inside this area, but the other two are ES is holding 52, and you're seeing that pull up on NQ. So I'm gonna probably look for a position here. Let's see here. Wanting to see this 5 minute price first, see if it like pushes down, like we're kind of seeing here. So I'm gonna be patient here. But really just focusing on this area here. Now, anything that comes back down, I would say would be probably an entry to go higher. So let's see here, 274 and a quarter. Do this here. 274 and a quarter. And take profit is going to be the 400s. Let's do 450 for now, and we'll come back. Now, if price can pull back down close to New York Open or below at 297, I'd probably take one here. Because we are getting that push, so I do like the open of the 5 minute candle. So that works for me for a setup. So I'm basically getting that 5 minute setup more than anything. And so now what I'm basically trying to see is if we can take this price back up into the 18,400s. So really, really good push right there. We'll see what we get though. And then looking at the other two markets, really good trade, I think, on ES as well. So if we can just get that push on through right in that level, then we'll plan to exit a little bit higher today. Now I am going to move this since we're already into the high of the day. And then we'll manage that trade as we go about the day and see if we can get it or not. But I do like this entry as of right now. I do like the stop loss placement. So if everything can just kind of stay in rhythm, then we'll find. I think we found a pretty good trade. And then ES is bouncing off that 52 off the 1 hour and 4 hour play really nice. So I think if we can just continue to get this New York volume on our side, we're going to be good for today. But we just got to, just like yesterday, we need to break structure. We need to go close above 18,350. Okay, cool. We need to close above 18,350 and stuff like that. So let's see what we get. So if this 5 minute doesn't close higher high, then this trade won't be as great. But if it does close higher high here in about 50 seconds, then that's going to show me that we do have a pretty good chance to possibly go higher. Now we have been we have been selling off since Asian and like overnight and London session. So that's why I'm kind of anticipating that they'll at least run these 18,400, 18,450s. But we got to get that price action to close in the area. So pretty good price on ES as well. So we'll see. That first 5 minute close was not higher high, but it is a good strong close. So we can just continue now, like I said, to get that. I think we'll be okay. And then this was like our reference candle, just for some of you guys that are new to how we trade. This was our candle of reference. So if I can see this 5 minute basically bounce off of this open of this candle and just continue up above 350 first, that would be even better. ES is holding that 52 whole level pretty nice. So let's see what we get. I really like these double tops from earlier. These people were selling this right here. I see as a really good area of liquidity. So 18,450 could be really nice. I mean, if we go from 18,3 up to 18,450, 150 plus points, that's pretty good on the day. This price is, like I said, over here is a little manipulative, but that's why I'm trying to focus on this 15 and 5 and see what kind of closures we actually get here on the candles. So I just want this for the entry more. It's more for the entry, making sure I was under New York Open, and then making sure I'm buying inside of pullback candles as well. Okay, so if we can get a good 5 minute close here in 3 minutes, I would say, above 18,330s, then great. Because they look pretty good across the board. Just if we can get some bullish momentum. ES looks really good off that 52 level up into the 5250. So if we can just keep getting momentum here, then we'll see. So we'll see right here that 5 minute price is, kind of playing around here. But we got about 2 minutes before that price closes. Dakota, right? We're looking at like Top Step Traders. He's one of the top people on there. He's actually in longs as well. He has pretty good ones. He has like 280, 285. So we'll see how this plays out here off this 300 level. If it starts to fail at the 300 level, then it's going to go lower. But if we can get a 5 minute close here in about a minute, 2 minutes, above 18, 320s, 330s, and we're going to blast. So it's still early in the day, right? We haven't got the close that we want to see yet. This 5 minute close, if it doesn't close above 18.3, then I would say that this is a little bit premature of a trade, unfortunately. But we can close, like I said, above 18,300 here with a 5 minute close, and we can close essentially on the line graph above this area, 18,310s, then we have a chance to go higher. But anything closing below that, going into the last 15 minutes of the hour, you want this 15 minute candle to get strong here. All right, you want ES to stay strong on the 15 and 1 hour and 5 as well. So this looks good right now. Looks like accumulation to go higher for me. I don't really read it off the 1 minute. I read it off of this. So as long as it's printing well inside this 5 minute area, then great. So as you can see there, with 10 seconds left, this 5 minutes are going to close. We're coming into that best time of trading. So let's see how this 5 minute closes. So it was a bullish candle, but you'd want to see the next one go bullish as well. You don't want to see them just kind of like keep testing the area over and over, or they'll go lower. But now it's going to come down to the 5 minutes to me holding 18,300 and then the 15-minute closing a bullish candle above 18,320s. And if that doesn't happen here by like 8:45, then this may or may not work out. ES looks really good. We talked about 1 hour, 4 hour, 5,200 whole level aligning with that 4 hour and 1 hour structure. So if all these can do this, and then if it takes later on till end of the day, whatever it takes, then that's okay. Okay, because this 15 and 5 look really good. So if it's fast, it won't last, and then slow, it'll grow. So like if this takes, if it happens fast and goes up to 18,450, I'll probably exit the trade. If it, takes a while and I just have to trail the risk, etc., then that's what I'll do as well. But first 15-minute close, you want to see on that far left screen, you want to see an engulfing candle. You want to see a bullish close. So I really like 5-minute price here. And when you look at a line graph and technicals, to get from here to outside this range would be 18,420s. That would be, over 120, 130 points to the upside. So if that was to work out, which would be pretty good. So really focused on not really much as this 1 minute now, just really focused on this 5 and 15, how they're going to close and print. But I do want this data too, just to kind of have it here. Now, I can already say that, it's a good 5-minute entry, but you want that entry to be at or below New York Open. So got to correct that part of the entries, no matter what. It's pretty close today. I thought I had it, but I wanted that 5-minute open for sure. So looking at the other two, they are still looking pretty strong off those levels that they started. So we'll see how New York, how this plays out. $15 not looking as great. The 5-minute, hasn't closed higher high yet. So it's still in that accumulation phase, I feel like. But if you start seeing that strength out of ES, which we're at 52.11, is still looking pretty strong, I think we can at least on this 15 here with MQ push back above market open and at least start attacking 18,400 here. And if they attack 18,400, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't leave or why they would leave these people here. All right, so these people right here, their stop losses are just sitting here from this session. So why would they leave them here? Which are these double top wicks right here. All right, now that 15 is starting to close pretty well. So let's see here. Really good price right there. So it's all about that 15 and 5. If they can transition here going into 8:45 into 9 a.m. And if 9 a.m. we're already pushing close back to market open, buyers will come in to buy it up more, I believe. So that would be really good for us. Really good pricing here coming into this 15 5-minute close. 5 minutes really, really looking good. So let's just be patient here. And like I said, if we can get that push up to from 18.3 now to 18.4, 100 plus points, that's a pretty good push today. So anytime you go 1 to 2, right, then you can taper off the trade. Okay, that's a good close for 45, 5-minute strength. So now if we can just continue that going into about 9:15, then we're good. I think we have a good chance to continue to rally. So, just gonna be patient, keep watching 5-minute opens and closes. All right. And I'm gonna kind of pull this right here and pull it down a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna do this because we know what we're looking for on the 5. And this one needs a little bit more room to kind of see it. Okay, so like what I'm seeing is we played the right side of the V, and now we're just trying to get it even to the last up candle would be in a good area. But I do like the price how it looks right now, especially if that 15 can close above 18,350. All right, guys, we're looking really good. Price is extending up, as you can see on that 15 and 5. So that's all we're focused on is that structure. So everything looks really good here. And like when I'm looking at this from like a 1 hour, like a 4 hour, 1 hour perspective, I could those highs of the day just look trash to me. And we have a pretty good pullback here on the 4 hour. So us getting over it, look like technical wise, us getting over this 15-minute high, 18.4 would be really good for the day. But want to keep seeing 15-minute opens and closes. So one thing I would say here is like as these candles open, what I personally like to do is understand where that end of the day is and then continue to watch price, go in my favor. All right. So as long as price is staying in my favor, there's nothing to worry about. Okay, so we're looking good. We're not having to do too much today. We're just kind of watching this. So hopefully this can continue in our favor on the 15.5 1 hour. The only thing I don't like about NQ is that 1 hour 18,200 could come lower. So you want to continue seeing, strong closes into the 18,400 level. And you want to see the correlation of the assets all working in comparison. So with ES, when we're looking at it just really quick here, one thing I like about ES is that 15 and 5 is doing really well, and it's in a way better spot. Your 1 hour down candle looks like this off that 52 level, and then you're also in alignment on small time frame price action with that 50% of the 4 hour candle. So ES looks the best, I would say, today when it comes down to like a position and the geometry of that position. So we'll just have to see if the overall markets will run together or if they're going to fall over. So right now, see how it's starting to close lower than that 15. So it could be just testing this 15-minute area one more time, or it could fail. But for me personally, I would like to see it continue up at least to 18,400, unless they all just start losing volume for some reason. But we only have so much time in a day, and where we're at currently 8 314. So I think that, like I said, if you look at the scoops of this move, you have a low of the day, which is here, and you have a intraday, like this internal liquidity high. You know, price pushing from your 18.3 to that internal liquidity 18.420 is a 120 plus point move. I mean, that's a fire ass move. You know what I mean? So we're doing really good here on the 15 and 5. We're pushing up. So if we can just go ahead and push up to the 18.4, that'll be really nice. And what I'm watching here is where I have that blue line, that 15-minute, 5-minute opens and closes. So as long as we keep getting 15-minute higher open, higher close, and we're attacking this swing, right? This 15-minute swing to 18,400, then I can always be able to manage this and start trailing my risk when needed. Just taking a look here really quick while we're waiting on this on dollar index. Dollar index is slowing down just a slight bit here at the 106 level, which has been just crazy bullish. So, and then ES on that H1, or excuse me, H4, H1, all the way down to small time price action looks really good. So we'll see, like I said, if we can continue to get out of that 52 area on ES. Now, NQ is starting to look the best to me. The one that we're in is starting to look the best just because they're not showing any signs of weakness on that small time price action either. You're getting higher highs and higher lows, and we're breaking back into the market open. So just think, essentially, we haven't really, since the start of the week, we haven't went anywhere. We started this week at 18,348, and we're currently pushing right back into the market open. So, you know, buying below market open is where our position is, and then I want to sell that position back to someone today above market open and possibly above daily opening price. So we're moving up. Price is pushing up. It's looking like it's going to be for sure green day. We're not there yet. We're getting close. But let's just continue to keep riding off into the sunset here. So we're pushing, volumes coming in pretty strong there. We're still getting higher highs and higher lows on 1 minute. It looks like we're going to scrape off these 18,340s and come up into that market open 18,350s. Now, remember, whenever you're risking in this situation here, I believe I have 304. So let's see, 94, 84, 74, 246. So about a 1-to-1 currently right now, right? So get up to about 3. So 1 to 3 would be about 1,800. 1 to 4 would be about 2,400. So looking for that 1 to 3, 1 to 4 R today. Potentially, if we can get it. Now we want to see, like I said, that 15-minute that I have right there stay strong, and that 5 minutes stay strong. Okay, so that price is still kind of, on that 15 and 5. That 15 can stay above 18,322s, like that blue line, and continue to close bullish, and it's fine. I'm not really worried about it. But we aren't seeing that 1 hour strength out of all of them right now. 52 level off ES isn't looking so strong right now. So hopefully they're just kind of dragging it out to go higher. So this 9 a.m. volume should come in, and we should be able to see something happen here. It's either it's going to continue higher or it's just going to fall over to lower prices. So I just want to see how this volume comes in off this 1 hour candle. Like I said, if we come in strong enough on NQ to push us to 18,450s or just slip that 15-minute liquidity, that's a pretty damn good day. All right. We got in below 8, let's say 18,300 is our entry. Pushing up to 18,450 would be 150 plus points. Okay. So let's see if volume can come in and show us some love here today, or if they're just going to tank it down to the 18.2s, 18,150s. I like how the 15 and 5 price look going into this 9 a.m. So, where I have those stop losses is a really good area, I believe, to be focused on right here. And then this inefficiency here at 18,450 would be interesting if they can push up to there. So we got about 1 minute till 9. Price is still looking pretty good. ES price is still looking pretty good off that 52 level. So you can just find this volume here to continue up. That would be great. So yeah, 18,450, and I'd probably be pretty good for today if we can get up higher than that. Let's see what they do. They try to joystick people here. So immediate sell down, like pushing down. So hopefully that's just like a flush of like small time frame players. And then after that, we get just to push and bounce. That'd be really nice. But we are pretty high on those 1 hour areas on NQ, so they could push lower. Okay, so just being patient here and letting them play. Because what I want to see is just how this 15 and 5 is going to close at the 20 level. I think it's just a flush, and then they run the price super fast up. Okay, looks good. Now to me, it's all about how that 5 minute plays, because you guys can see it's basically a midi off the 5, right? Price went up, came back down, took people out, and now it's trying to run up. So I still think it's pretty good. And usually people play what they see. So if they seen the price fall down super fast, I would think they started shorting. Um, and then now the price would, run up those shorts potentially fairly quickly. I like the 1 hour price. I like how we're, still above New York Open, still above 18,300. So going into, that 11 a.m. time, I could definitely see us potentially still going up, but it just depends on if they're trying to absorb orders here to go higher, or if they're just going to do this, go a little lower, and then pull that move later today. But 5 minute price, we'll see. So I'm gonna be patient. So right now, that's not looking so great, right? It's pushing so fast back into that New York Open on that 15 and 5. So, unless you get a reaction off the 18-3 level that shows that, signs of strength, then um, this trade may go lower. I think the positioning and location is pretty good, but that news just could be the excuse to push price and go lower. Obviously, we hope not, but it is what it is. But this 15 and 5 can turn around like here in the next minute 30. Like now we're crushing back below New York Open. So, too many prints below that, and then they just want to wipe the lows. So not looking so good there. Still have the trade in. It's going to really come down to where they close it. They are pushing below New York Open currently right now, so that kind of gives me like a good sign that if they rush it really fast here on the small time frames of the 5 and they just transition out of this area quickly, right? So looking at the 5 minute, you're looking at this, right? If you can get out of this 18,300 level very quickly and price closes on this 5 minute, 40 seconds outside that box, then I think we have a chance to then rally back up very quickly. But if we don't start showing those signs here above 18,300, going into 9:15, then the likelihood of them going to the 18,250s, 18,200 are a lot higher. But right now, I think we're okay. We'll see. Okay, so that's a good 5 minute close back inside that area, but it's not outside that box. Now, anything that goes outside that box now in that middle screen of the 5, we have a chance to then rally up into the 18,380s potentially to me. Because the people who sold right under market open there, they're not going to let them cover their positions fast enough from that news release. And then those stop losses at 18,430s become they become a lot better of a target if they hold this price action here. So like these would be my target right here, is to get up to these that were created a lot earlier today. So 18,430s, and I think that'd be a pretty good day here on futures. And I think, like, you know, if this works out, then it was just a scare there. They just pushed the price back down into the supply demand zone and, you know, positioned this in a really good area. So, like I said, this next 5-minute candle is key. If you close outside of this box area, then that's going to be good. And then if technicals, right, if you start getting from this area, if you start getting higher highs, then that would be even better. But if they can't hold 18,300 here and they close any more candles below it, I would think the risk here on the 15 and 5 may get slapped. So, be patient. But it's not looking so great right now on that smaller time frame. But it's really going to depend on how this 5-minute closes. Like I said, if it closes below that 18.3, then not so good. And then looking at ES, those areas aren't looking so good. Look, they may go down to the 5190s. So this may not work out, unfortunately. And it looks like they're definitely reaching for the stops here. We shall see, though. That 5 minutes just already showing me that they're not really wanting to stay inside this range. So okay, so the first trade today, looks like I lost. Let me look at the price here. Okay, cool. So I'll stay open to you know, another trade, but that was definitely where they got me out. So we move this box here. Looking at the other two, the thing about this is they could maybe just start running around in this area and like taking people's orders. But like on this 1 hour, what I'm looking at here is price could go lower. It could go lower down into these areas, the 175, the 200 levels. And that previous day low is all the way down here. So if they just go lower low, lower high, and then they sell off again and they were to take the lows, that's okay too. I mean, that's what they want to do. But oh, 15. So just gonna be patient here and see what we get. And then on this, I'm gonna do less of this one right now, just because I don't need it as much. Okay, so price is below New York open, so I'm gonna kind of make these all the same size. Price is below New York open, but there's no signs of strength or anything right now. So I'll continue to wait here until we get to like possibly 18.2. And if we reaccumulate at the 18,200 level, then I'll maybe look for something there. And if we go a little bit lower, the 18,150 and slip that 1 hour liquidity, then I'll look for something there. But they did just bag people, so I will be focused on that signal being under New York open here. So if prices to rally, come back down, I would may factor into a trade like that as well. But right now the 5-minute open to close is showing bearish, and so until they show something else, it's kind of just kind of a wait. Eighteen two 66. I'm just kind of watching that 1 minute area here. Okay, take profits of the 450s. So just looking to see under this New York Open, right, if there's going to be a possible signal here. All right, so the way it's pushing up, that's good. It's below New York Open. If it was to come back down, now you know that this low is 266. So you'd wait for this candle to come back down into the area to get the best buy of it. But if it just takes off here, then the 5-minute play might actually work out a little bit better too. So we'll see. But I want to see how this closes. And if it comes back down, there might be a chance here. So as soon as this candle closes up, kind of closed and did that. So I want to see it pushing down. It's like 50% of it is here. So like right in like that 279s area, I guess is where it'd be. 287. So okay, they're giving like a way different price here. So I want to see this 5-minute close as well. All right. Here in about 3 minutes. Looking at the other two, they're not really showing any strength there in that 1 hour. So that 5-minute close really isn't showing me anything yet. That would be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like a transition or even anything from here yet either. It's just showing me lower open, lower close, lower open, lower close. All right. So I like that it's at a quarter level. So that's the only thing I would say. So I'm gonna take one right here because that risk is 255. So risk is at the low here. About 50% of this area anticipating this 5-minute push up. Now, if they don't push this up, I'd only take one more trade today. Because I really want to see this 5-minute do that thing, and then I could possibly add into this order if it works out. If it doesn't, then like I said, I only have like one under where I'd want to take for the day. If it's going to the rest of the metals, okay, it's still a profit side. So the take profits are in the same area, the 450s. And so, like I said, if we can even go from here, the 280s up into the market open at 350s, that would be pretty good to get to 400, I think. But they don't rally back above 18.3 fairly quickly here, then they may want that lower pricing, the 18.2s or more. So even getting above the 5-minute high here would be amazing. Getting back up to 18,350 would be pretty good. I like the area at the 5 and the 15 can play out, but the 15 does not look good. You guys can see that here. The 5-minute, you'd want to close above 18,300 here. And that would show you maybe some signs that that could be the candle. But with that type of price action right there, they're not really showing it to present itself. So we can get back above 18.3 before we were to come lower, then maybe. But if not, then like I said, I think the better position will be a little bit lower today. So the 15 price isn't looking good. It's looking like it's just gonna go a little bit lower here. So I only have room for one more order today, and I think, like I said, it's either gonna be 18,200 if it bounces, or right under that 170s. So they're pretty much just scooping orders through here. So let's just see here. I'm gonna wait on this one. What time is it? 9:15. So this is where you kind of have to watch it because they try to do it randomly here. Mm. So continue to watch here. 18,258 look interesting too. So I just feel like they're cleaning out orders here. So what's the low in this market here? Kind of took off. 18,258. So let's see what they do on the 5 here. 18,258. So I just want to have it pulled up here. Kind of already went 18,258. Stay calm here. Take profit is in the 450s. Okay. And so watching how this 15 and 5 are and how this is going to close. So it might already take off. Honestly, I was going to try to buy the 50% of this candle, put my stop at the low. But now it's kind of like already doing that thing. So we're just going to have to wait here. Because now if it closes higher and comes back down, it'd be a better trade to me. But the risk would definitely make sense to me at this point. So the low is 18,258 and a 75. Okay, so now, like I said, if it comes back down into this area, then I definitely want to take it under New York Open because you can't hesitate right here, basically inside this candle here. And then looking at the other two, you have ES still holding that 52 level. So that is the signal that I like to see, though. So I'd like to see it push just a little bit lower and make my risk like a 0.25%. But if they just kind of hold it right here and rally up, then, so be it. I'll end up just missing that trade. So damn, that move kind of took off in that area, that 18,270 area. So we get this 5-minute close higher, then I'm definitely going to look to attempt this area with my stop loss at the low of the market, which would be 18,258, right? So pushes back down below New York Open inside 50% of the 5-minute candle, like 286s would be nice. But they just take off right here. They just take off. But this 5-minute going back below would be nice. Like I said, somewhere in here. Right now, it's way too much of a risk, but like I said, if it pulled back down, I would definitely want it. Yeah, it's kind of taking off. It's okay though. I want it to be pulling back. So they're holding the 52 level on ES as well. But I got to keep my focus right here because I'm trying to get this pullback. But so what's the low on this area? 276. So I'd rather be my stop loss be my entry. So like 276 would be crazy for me to enter. But let's see how the 5 minute looks. If it pushes back down below opening price, if not, then I'm good. Mm-hmm. So 1 hours aren't really showing anything. We're kind of holding 18.3 here. So if we can push a little bit lower, like I said, to make this a more favorable R&R, then I would like to take this as my last trade potentially. But the way they're kind of building up off the New York Open at the 5 minute right there as well, makes it a little difficult. I want them to come lower, but they may not do that. Yeah, they're playing that 5 minute area. So below New York Open. So ES playing off that 52. So we'll see where this 5 minute closes. If this 5 minute can close above 18.3, then anything that pulls back, I might take to the upside. The risk is too high as it's pushing higher, so I'm gonna have to wait. Yeah. That 5 minute starting to print really good too. So it's like this candle is starting to become that reference point. What makes it more solid is when candles print above it. So I'm gonna buy a level here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manage the trade accordingly to my other risk. So I'm gonna put my other risk. Like if I was to enter one more time, I would do 276s. So if it does go from here off that 5 minute play, off that open, and goes higher into breaks the structure and maybe the like 18,400 is great, you know. And if it comes back down and hits this area, I'd be willing to buy one more time um, to take it higher. So 76. Let me see where I'm at. Wow, they gave me okay. So it's gonna have to manage this trade here. Now I do want them to come lower on that 5 and 15 or that 5 minute, but they're holding the 18,300 level like I wanted earlier a lot better. They close higher and they push down. So it's like if they keep holding this level, it'll work out. If they don't, then they'll come lower, take that liquidity, and then probably rally. So really just depends. Mm. So they run down right into that area. Like I said, I would be willing to take another trade in that area, but like this area to work out here as well. We'll kind of have an idea of this 5 minute close. If this 5 minute isn't closing aggressively closer to 18,300 and showing strength, then the likelihood might be a lot less. Right? Might topple over and just come back into this 1 minute down candle like it's kind of doing right now. So continue to watch the price here. But if we do get the extension up above this level, that would be pretty nice. Looking at ES, we're still above 52, so we'll see. A little aggressive today, so I just need to be patient from this point on. So with that break below New York Open like that, with already being in a bearish market, it's not going to be probably as good, honestly. And that 5 minutes not showing any signs of strength, right? Lower low, lower, and then pushed up, did that, and then made a lower low, and then now it's made a lower high. So it's like, this is the area that I really want. So if it, like I said, if it comes into that area and shows the reaction, then I'll play that last area. Yeah, so we'll see how these close here. I'm going to give this to 73, which is like in total 30 points. So 246, yeah. So if it does hit, then like I said, mathematically I have room for one more, and then that would be it though, because I don't want to give back like a crazy amount. But we'll see how this plays out still. I mean, this 15 is still kind of testing that area. If there was to find some volume here on the 5 and 15 and go back above 18.3, they definitely could go back to 18.350s. It's just the question is, are they going to come and fill that 1 minute 50% candle first? Looks like they are, before they go do it. So, it's just a part of it, unfortunately.
Slow markets, which is right around 7, 8, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, depending on when I got done with my studies. Analyze the market, place trades for an hour or two, go to bed, wake up, do it again. That's how I learned to trade during the Asian session, and that's what I
still kind of going to see here if they can build up or if they're going to kind of push lower here first, take that area. That area is trash, I just will say that, unfortunately. It's just trash. So. I would rather this area right here for the entry. So I'm going to have to accept the risk here in this situation. And I didn't even see the spread. The spread, I mean, there's not spread, but the price was pretty high up there. So they're pushing right into the area where I would anticipate if they do turn it around, this would be it. So let's see.
Lost it. I ended up losing like up to $120,000 and went through a very, very dark night. Continued at it. And here I am, a movement trader. And now money doesn't mean too much to me anymore, even though it's still.
So they're about to hit that area.
Stop filled.
So, like I said, the only other area I would see left would be if they respond in this level here. And then if they don't, then they're going to push down to 18,200s, maybe even 18,150s. Let me do some math here really quick.
Day, and even international traders where they cannot trade during the New York session because they're sleepy, and started slow market, and it's really great.
So I like this area with this low, right? So this was the original low, 18,258. So we'll see if we get that response in here. And if we don't, then I'll wait. But I just want to frame it up in case we do get the signal. 258, take profits are the 450s. So we'll see what they do. Those 15s look pretty bearish, opening lower and closing lower than New York, right? So we'll see. We'll see how this closes. If it closes strong and then pulls back down, I like it. So this is the original area that I liked and I wanted more. So right here, I want to be 50% of this candle. I don't want it to rally back up super fast. It's either it's going to be right here or come right here, and that'd be it for me today. So get this exact number here, 75. I want to make sure it's to a T. Okay, so we're just watching this 15-5-minute area. Now, if they can rally up very quickly out of this area, then this might actually buy up from this area. But if they don't, and they don't go to 18,350s fairly quickly, then I'm not sure. But I like 18,350s from here, so this will be it for me today. 258. Thank you, but 7161. So yeah, like I said, a 5-minute price can go back above 18,310s, and then we can attack that 18,340s fairly quickly. We may have a chance to, get back into the 18,350s before going lower. Maybe, but they're not showing any signs of strength. The volume's not too strong. The 1 hours on all three kind of are just hanging in the air. So we'll see here.
And I understand the pain, the stomach, gut, feeling like you're weak in legs.
Just being patient here.
Yeah, I had 32. I had about 3,200 in high school time, 80 people in my high school class. I met you out in Moab. We had a chat out there. And I think when you're first getting started with us, and see you on here, putting up day after day.
Yeah, they can run the price above 330s pretty quick here. That'd be nice. This is the right side of the V, so it's just the 5-minute hasn't proven anything to us other than lower lows. So, and the 15 as well. So.
Keep jabbing. My short-term memory is the death. Ask my family, ask my girlfriends. You live a happy life, you never bad things. I heard that.
So really no signals right now. Everything is just really just pushing to the downside. You have ES failing that 52 level as well. So let's see here. So yeah, with no 5-minute signals today, they're probably gonna clap us today. And so knowing that they're gonna probably push to that 18-2, what is it, 18-2s? Then yeah, that'll be it for me on this, because let me see the prices here. Let me do the math really quick. So
Alright, so what do you guys like it? Jay, you were just talking about NASDAQ, I think right before the Morse code guy came. What are you looking at right now? What are you guys looking at right now?
Yeah, so we started today. I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm done. If I'm gonna place a trade, it might just be very, very small. Like I did I had a gold trade earlier, and it was just keep me busy. I guess beat that addiction.
Well, that's lock it up. Did you lock it up?
So basically what I'm saying is like without them, giving those confirmations here on that 5 and actually going higher, then the likelihood of them going down to that next whole level, 18.2, is a lot higher. Going down to the 160s is pretty high as well. So there may be more chances in those areas. Let me see something really quick.
Coach Jay, what are you looking at today? And hell of a trading to come. Hell of a trading, great way to end the week.
NASDAQ selling off. Initial balance low was 261. See if we get some continuation through that. We see a 120 lot sitting at 250 right now. With that negative, seeing this continue. So right now.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the price here.
A lot since then. So
you're looking at continuation to the downside, then yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so just watching this level push down, like I said, it may take till longer time in the day. That's going to be the issue, honestly. It's a Friday. They're going to probably make people wait until, closer here to like 10:30, 11. So I'm going to continue to watch this 1 hour area because I do know when they slip this area that there's going to be probably a pretty big move. But what I want to do is just wait and see if we get that 5 minute, the 5 minute signal. So.
I'm seeing this. I'm watching NASDAQ. I could see the two teams bouncing. Because yesterday we did have that resistance, and today we might see that support. But we have to do it like that.
Yeah, right. Well, that headline gives a head start. We got like 75% of people short right now, so you got a lot of people. Your top step short via the tilt indicator. That's time you guys screen or you're on top step axis in real time. 81% short the Dow right now.
Yeah, I think that.
I just think that there's so many people short right now, but the price has been selling off all day. So it's like they're trying to now force it to go lower. So we'll see what this 15 and 5 kind of look like and how this hour closes here going into 10.
Bounce.
222. A bit of that. So that headline, it's pretty sensitive. It's delayed on the headline.
All right, so we'll see these last 15 minutes of this hour. Kind of see this is a pretty good pullback for the move. Like the only other place I would see that they could actually go and it would make sense would be like the 15150s. So it just depends. And so we're inside this small like imbalance here.
States. Nothing about the politics here, folks. Look at that economics. Politics is part of 100%. There's no chat room. There's no chat room for politics. There is other chat room for politics. 100%. It's not right here.
I like the areas that they're at here on that 1 hour, 4 hour. So especially with ES, they've come down into that area. So it's just now we're gonna wait. You know, we're inside that imbalance. We're at the 250 half level, which I need to mark here. 18,250 half level. So we're like right there in that area of 18,250 half level. We're inside the imbalance. So 18,220 is price likes to buy up at 20 levels. So if we can get that 5 minute signal, I'd probably play the market one last time today. Remember, we're looking at this liquidity spot here when they slip it. So
That being said, I think I'm going to GD for a minute here. Some streaks. GD, if you're ready, let's see some of those streaks. Yeah, what's up, guys? Okay, so either Jacob or Jay traded yesterday, so we have names I would say. Jake's streak is 11 and 30, Jay is at 26 right now. But here's our list for today. Our leader for the day, Arian, along with Petra, Stian, and Jay and Paul on 8-day runners right now, and Maddie working on an 8-day win streak.
nothing right now. They're just still pushing that price down and down. Also want to make sure I'm understanding where 18,150 is too, right? Because when they slip that liquidity, will be interesting if they bounce off of that level. But let me patient here on this 5. The 5 minute, 15 minute still just falling super fast. And then ES and YM are failing as well in that 1 hour. So once they slip these lows, we'll see if they end up doing that as well. They could end up slipping the lows on ES. They could end up holding. But I have a feeling with NQ here, we get into that 18,175, 18,150 range, that there'll be something.
Right there, that zone, that was the play where buyer looked at kind of higher probability.
So this is that 20 level, right? That 18,225 type level, filling the imbalance. Good pullback, below open, below market, below daily. So I am going to be paying attention here because all the points of interest are sitting at the high of the day. So I do want to pay attention to that, and then what time it is, right? With it being 9:45 here. So I want to know the low of this candle no matter what. 18,213 and a quarter. So I'm gonna watch that price. Like I said, this imbalance fill. They could slip it, so that's why I'm gonna be patient and wait for the like a signal. And they could go lower. So I only have one more trade left for the day.
I think you guys waited 15 yesterday, but the idea then, guys, the house account play is getting our top 5 floated traders getting their level. People don't come on here because they're whatever they say.
I do want to know the low here, right? In case that 5 minute does transition, that low is 18,213 and a quarter, right? But nothing yet.
It's your first check. It's your buying consensus on these people because you know the depth of their knowledge because you're not going to also know the transparency of the trades. And we're going to put them through that because they're in our program. And as we're finding our Red Bull athletes, Steph wants to find these Red Bull athletes, so to speak. We're Red Bull athletes. Same company go our
taking a look at the 4 hour futures on all three too as well. It's like we were in that right area on 1 hour on ES, and now we're like pushing lower than that 4 hour area, attacking those wicks. But the difference is we are pushing lower low on YM, but we're still inside the range on NQ. All right, so there's definitely some manipulation going on today. So just gonna have to really be patient for those 5 and 15 minute signals. This was a little aggressive today, so.
They bring a level of depth that you don't find. And it's not marketing depth, it's actually solid content trading ideas. So that is my first initial rant today.
So this would be the good area of transition potentially. So we'll see what we get here with these 5 minute candles. So remember, like I said, we still are looking at this level for when price could do that reaccumulation down here. So I'm gonna sit back and just kind of be patient here.
Some information that some traders have been asking about it. Do you like what we're doing here? Do you want to keep up with that? Through everybody. Instagram. Post that link up here for Instagram link. Let's join it. And the comments, participate. And also, did you know that you can submit requests for new features on our Top Step Back? If you are on Top Step Back, you far left. Then there is a question mark. Click on that question mark, it's on the inside, and post your suggestion, or you can vote on other suggestions that you think.
So they are pushing lower pretty aggressively now. And dollar index is still pretty strong, so just kind of waiting to see what happens here in this first 15 or this last 15 minutes of the hour.
NASDAQ. So 18,223. This is going to be a quick one. Nice up, in and out. I called these levels out, and I need to practice what I preach. This is a level I was looking for a continued bounce. So we'll see if we can get this.
So he's looking for a continued bounce off the 23s here, but I'm gonna wait for the signal of like a 5 minute and then a pullback because there's nothing that's really showing me any signs that they're not going to go down to the 18,150s right now.
It looks like sellers try to take the scan right back up. So trade back down towards that level. Like that. Something here 190 just half of that game. Right in at the highest. So you can see about
so he's keeping it tight. He's keeping it tight, which and you're looking at the 194. So right, the 18,190. So if he's liking it and he's keeping it tight, but then also you get the 194. So this area seems like a decent area, but he's on the higher side of it that you like, and you're liking it to 194. So he's already in, which means you missed it. But he also could get stopped out by the time you're getting in, is what I'm hearing.
So let's see this 5 minute close. There's 1 hour that I think are going to hit that 18.2 and then slip. I feel like they're going to slip that wick liquidity that we're looking at there on 18,175. Okay. Let's just watch the price action. Right now, there's nothing that's showing to go long.
This trade, to get that 50% retracement, or we're not always going to get it. The reason I really do like 194 is because it gives us the opportunity for the market to test 18,200, which is a major cycle level, right? We're only 14 points away from it. So levels like that, in my opinion, act like a magnet. So if we come down, hit 200 and don't get the follow through, looking at that 194 to hold and bounce from there. But like I said, I made this trade and just go right now.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of what Jay was saying here in the chat, Michael. Wait for see if 194's hold. Right now it's blind, do nothing in the chat. I think what Jay says, if we break the 200s in the NASDAQ, that's no follow through. 194, a lot of people like that level as well. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, keep an eye, guys. We're reading the chat. You're part of this. You're the third opinion here. We got two opinions.
So those 1 hours are just falling off a cliff right now. So I think they're just dragging it out to take it under that liquidity price.
Hey, we got Isaac chiming in here. Isaac chiming in. Bottom of the range is just above Oaks weekly kickoff low. I'm interested in long at 5.82, which we're at right now, up to 52.02. However, because it's counter trend, we do half the size normally take. So we're going to take a long period. We are selling through 51.84.
Okay, so we're pushing the 18,200s. That's expected. We haven't gotten any strength. So like I said, until we reach that wick area, 18,150, another 50 points to the downside, I wouldn't see why they would do anything, because that's when your 1 hour is going to align. But the only difference is, like I said, when you're looking at all three, is YM is just falling. ES is still inside that 1 hour range, but looking more bearish. And now we're pulling back as much as we can, I feel like, on NQ. So maybe they will respect this 18,200 level and this imbalance as well. We'll see that transition to be able to buy like the 20 level. And then if not, then like I said, I'll wait for that push down to 18,150, see if the signal presents itself there. And if it doesn't, then they're probably just going to fall off a cliff for the day.
Eddie's got the wire. What really quickly, guys? What is our out? What is your out? I don't know if this needs to be a $10,000. Just put it on and play, because we can take $10,000 bets with you guys. And I say bets, guys. These are getting behind somebody's idea.
Okay, so we're still just sitting here now at the 18,200 level. So I do like how that price looks. Okay, so off this bounce. So now if we can just inside this imbalance in the 15. So now if we can get this 5 minutes to present what we want to see, and price actually show me what I want to see, then I may be able to enter here and attack the same area I was wanting to attack, which was 18,450s and daily open and higher. So I'm just going to kind of factor in here just in case it starts to add up. I don't want to like sit here and second guess it or anything. 18,198. Take profits for 450s if it works out. Okay. So nothing on the 5 minute right now that says to enter, right? So I'm just kind of factoring that low. But like I said, we're gonna continue to wait and see what we get.
They're gonna be kind of tough to get through.
So it is kind of looking good in that area. This is the right area. So like I said, I want to see that 5 minute rally and then maybe come back down to give me a better, like for sure type of trade. So we get this 5 minute strength close, like I would say above 18,230s. Anything that pulls back down, I'd probably attempt.
Back up to X260. Some stuff, guys. Lots of stuff here in top 17. You guys like big time fares for the real time trading side.
And I really want to pay attention to this 15 minute close and the 5 minute close. So I can buy a 15 minute candle that's pushing down and can get that 5 minute signal. That's usually pretty good. But right now, that's not really showing me too much at all. So go, like it looks like the 5 minute is starting to want to print with strength, but I need that candle to confirm. That white candle I needed to confirm close. So we still gotta wait about 2 minutes now. If it expands extremely up to 18,250 in between there, then that makes it more difficult to factor in. But we'll see what we get.
You said you have a limit order at 29. Iceberg. Yeah, you're on. Yeah, I think that's
So this 5 minute candle is printing pretty good. They are holding a higher low there on ES, but just got to see more. So yeah, like I said, I want to see that 5 minute strength because that area below is open still. Nothing right now to me. So this 5 minute close will be key. Like I said, they don't close with a strong candle and they break below 18.2, then I think that that area of 18,150 is going to be probably the best pullback of the day. That could at least go back to like an 18,300 from 18,150. So, which would be a really good trade. Which I mean, if I had to wait for this all day, then it would make sense that like on a Friday for them to do this. So now this is already going below that 18,200 level. So this would be invalid. We'll wait for that level here. And a lot of those guys bought on top step, so that's good. Their stop losses are probably all in this area. But no 5 minute strength. So between now and 11, if we don't get any kind of signal that would tell us to, enter a position, then I'm good. I'm gonna know the low on this market here because I like how it's building up. 18,193. 193. Take profit 450s. Okay, so I'm looking at this area. I kind of like this area, especially where YM is. I could like really pull up off that 38, 350 areas. So let's see what we get. Get that 5 minute signal would be nice. So a 5 minute close higher and then attack on the area could be nice. So either way, I'm gonna want my risk right in the open of that candle and my stop at the low. So price can go and close, come back, confirm, then I'm gonna know that we're in a good spot. And if price, doesn't close higher off of this level and hold this 18,200 level and then goes lower down in here, then I just end up missing the move for the day. But if it does work out and it goes from 18.2 up to 18.3, and then from 18.3 up to 18.4, I'd say, a 250 point game would be pretty crazy. Even getting into 18.430s, 230 points would be pretty crazy. So either this is gonna work, right? Or they're gonna go lower to the 18 150s. So if we get that 5 minutes to close, I would say above this candle, that would make it a little bit more secure and make it seem a little bit more like it's going to go higher. So if that 5 minute can close higher high and show strength and start attacking these shorts, and that 15 minute can close with some strength, then we might have a chance to get up out of this area. So we'll see what we get, but that's probably going to be my last trade of the day, especially if it was to come back fairly quickly or anything. Okay, guys. So yeah, we're getting that push. So like, if this is what they end up doing and they end up pushing this back into even 18,300s today, that's amazing. All right. 18,300s or higher is good. 18,350 would be pretty crazy. If it takes all day for them to go up to 18,450s, that'd be pretty crazy. And if they just end up failing this level, that'd be pretty crazy and going down to 18,150. So we will see. So for me, like with a trade like this on a 5 minute and then 5 minute engulfed and closed higher, I would be looking for this exact area on a retap. So I'd be looking for this area to hold and this low to hold, and then price to continue to make its way up to 18,300. So if it was to fail this level and then finally make its way down into the the 18,150 levels, then it would be, unfortunate for me because that would be it for me today. But that really could be what they end up wanting to do, right? So, which I've been seeing that, but it's just, just kind of being impatient today, to be honest. But just 5 minute close, with that strong strength, if they can hold that strength from this point on, and subjectively look at this, I think 18,350 is very doable. And from 18.2 to 18,150 would be really nice. So I'm just looking to have that green day and get out of here with the win.
We got the higher low for here. This is now we're starting to get.
We need to push above 18,350. We need the push back closer to to New York Open 18,300s. Otherwise, this is nothing to me.
I'm looking at a 100-day chart and saying we are now making higher lows, and if we do start to break up from 5 minute chart rate here, and I have really like these more and more right now.
What's on guys? Because the treasures. Coach Dakota, like fun and trader Dakota. Real trader, real transparent trader. No profits. Talking out truth. Still treated bad.
One of the worst feelings having a horrible day and then watching content TV and getting that shoulder tap big.
So right now, like I said, it's you'd want to see more strength on that 5 minute. And more of a push off of this 18,200 level, because like I said, that internal range liquidity is still sitting at that 18,150. So I'd want to see, right here, you basically don't want to see too much of this 5 minute candle not be respected. And me personally, I like to see it tap and go, type situation, just kind of tap it, reach up for that 18,280s fairly quickly, and that would be pretty nice. It's just more than likely, like I said, that's just they've been so relentless on the short side that they may not even want 18,150s. They may just want to go ahead and take that previous day low, below 18,100. So we'll see what the markets want to do. They're kind of being difficult here. So, like, as a mitigation player, like I said, I took the area a little early, but it's because I'm anticipating getting open in the entry and putting my stop here. So, for me to feel more confident about the position, we would start making our ways up on this line graph on the 5 minute fairly quickly. We would start attacking back to that previous support, 18,280s, and then this 18,300 level. So, if you don't see that 5 minute strength coming off of this last down candle, then they may, like I said, they may take price a little bit lower. But I feel like those 18,310s just they want to visit them, but they may want to go lower before they get to there. So, and this is, like I said, a typical Friday type situation. They'll drag it out to the very end of the day, knowing most traders are going to be, their attention span is going to be from like the open to like now, or the open to like 11. It's not longer than 2-3 hours. So, sometimes what I could do better, one, I took too many trades, and then two is, when those PM sessions might work out better, just set alerts and, walk away for a little bit. But today they're not really showing me anything yet. I mean, we'll know this 5 minute candle close with that strength and midi. So if it doesn't just go from here, then the likelihood of them going lower first is just a lot higher. 15s don't look so good there, so to hold that area.
still setting up down here a bit.
So we'll see.
It's right around where I entered the two.
So 15 and 5 minute price. I want to see some strength here. For this 10-15 close and then going to 10-30 if we're above 18,250s. I think we could possibly make our way back up above the market open internal liquidity traders shorts. So I will be, if we do extend it up like that, I will be managing the trade. Well, if we can push up to 18,350s, I might be managing the trade somewhere in that area, preferably 18,450s if I can be patient enough here today, and if it does go in my favor. So I am down for the day, so it's just like to basically break even for the day. I would need like market open to be revisited. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I want to see this 5 minute, like I said, if it's gonna close, where is it gonna close? And if that 15 minutes gonna close strong, there's the next one gonna open strong. Because if not, we haven't really had too much buy volume to the upside. So that's a good 5 minute close, good 15 minute close. Now at the next, few minutes going into 10:30, if they can continue this rally after that 5 minute signal, then we may have a chance to rally prices a little bit back up into New York opens, 18,300s. So what would give me more confidence in a move like this is after the 5 minute signal is presented, the mitigation has formed. What I'd want to see by 10:30, right? This next 15-minute candle would open and close bullish, right? And then you would obviously with a 15-minute candle, you're gonna have 3 5 minute candles. So you're gonna see this next 5 minute candle open and close, and continuously, even if it's a small amount, but a white candle opening and closing bullish and getting out of this type of range here, this little accumulation type area, because the market moves in those 4 phases, right? So it's going to move, it's marking up, it's marking down, right? So marking up is higher highs and higher lows, marking down is lower lows and lower highs. And then the other thing, the price when it goes sideways, it's accumulating or it's distributing, right? So this looks like price accumulating to then, if we get that 15-minute candle to close higher than here today, like say like in here at the time of day that we have left. So I'm gonna move this one because this was from earlier. So if we can get 15-minute price start closing here, then I think we could start attacking, this liquidity here, 18,350s, and then inside this inefficiency here. So that's what I'm anticipating to happen the rest of the day if we can get these candle closures in these specific areas.
There it is. This is good start. Daily Delta. You guys sound scared? What's up? What? Go. I mean, off by like,
Let's get above this average.
Guys, he literally told you what was going to happen. He literally just game planned this exact scenario, guys.
Still below the average right now, but now what we want to see is, sure, we got a push. Is there follow through on that volume? Right? It can't just be one push. How often you see that? Get one push and then you don't follow. And I'm more of a momentum trader, guys. So like Dakota's saying, hold it. His trade might be an hour trade holding up that, right? I just, for me personally, if the move is going, I want it to kind of go right now.
So I think I got you guys for better than 518 too long with you guys. Our traders are clicking today.
So I do like this area. We finally waited for the 5 minute signal. So the losses that I did experience were honestly what we call noob shit. And so it's part of the game, but staying calm and staying, in the pocket, right? And staying available to opportunities.
I didn't have to do anything except follow Dakota J and that. Yeah, Chris, we're up almost 5, I'd say. 3-5. We're selling off gold. Continuing to sell off. We're down $24 off the high last even 12 minutes here in gold. When it took a minute for it to play out, the folks, you guys saw these traders talking out this strategy in real time. We laid this out for you guys. I hope you guys are going to capture some of this stuff this week. That traders, you guys are here doing this. Come on, let's go.
194, right?
Okay, price is pushing up pretty good. So we're looking good on like where the price is at on the 1 hour higher low.
Jenny, that you guys stopped out at 94, right? You guys were just talking. Like, yeah. And I made a joke since when you guys all get stopped out to the tick, I'll be right down there below still with my work.
It's a really good price. So let's see if we can, like I said, we can continue to get this type of price, and then the 15-minute closures be in our favors because, this is what we wait for, right? We wait for that 5 minute rally to push back, enter, stop at the low, and then we want to see from this area to the exit of this range is usually going to be a pretty good trade, right? Even getting from just here up into 18,350s would be pretty good. So that'd be over 18,350s would be over 100 plus points. So we're in the 18.2s, which is pretty good price. So I'm gonna kind of mark this up too. Okay, so that's kind of the area I'm looking, on the smaller time frames, 18,320s, if they can extend up into that area. I would probably want to cap this position off, start capping it off. for sure when they get to that 5 minute break. Because until they get to that area, there's not really, the 5 minute hasn't really done anything until it gets above 18.3. But I wouldn't want to give back the order if we were to extend up and start, go higher here and then just fall. I'd rather see it here, then I'd protect the order a little bit and then see if we can continue up to where people were today. So.
Trade guys. Right, guys. The house account is taking all your guys. So this is not. I'm the executioner here. That's all I am. Sounds good. Yeah.
So we'll continue to watch. I mean, if price can go in our favor, great. And continue to close in that favor, but we need price to, let's be subjective here. We need price to, I would think, slip that 18,350 and fill that imbalance in the 18,380s, right? So if we can do that today, it takes a little time, great. But I would like to see continued price, like I said, on 5 minute higher open, higher close. This 15 minute candle is getting ready to close. Like I said, you need this one, and probably one more to be bullish for this 15 minute to be a bullish candle. But if we can't break through this 18,250s, then they could easily just fall price over and continue down to that 1 hour better area. So I'm hoping it works out, because that would be it for me today for sure. And then yeah. So I'll be back and see around 10:30. Hopefully price sticks in our favor. So anything above 18,350 today, to me, it would be a really good day. To be honest, anything above 18,320s would be still put me to where I want to be for the day. So we'll see what we get as we manage these trades and see if price action plays in our favor. 825 right there. So you have one 5 minute candle left to form this 15 minute candle. So if that 15 minute candle is going to close above that blue line, so above that 20 level, that would be really key for us because we wouldn't want price to test back down below that line if it's going to continue up to 18,300 first. we'll see what 10:30 gets us. I'm gonna pour some more coffee. So I do like this price. We are moving back into a profit for the day, so this is looking good. It's been a whirlwind today, so hopefully we can still get out of here with a profit. Um, I will say this: if you're watching this recording, wait for 5 minute signals. Right? I pulled up that 1 minute, the 3 layered charts earlier, and I haven't been trading on that for months. Right. So wait for that 5 minute signal. When the signal presents itself, then open up the 1 minute time frame to condense that risk on that time frame as well. But there's really a no trade until you get the 5 minute signal.
About 30, it's going to, and that's kind of the area where it's going to continue.
Okay, so right now, it looks okay if it can continue to close above the 18,250 level. But what I will say is that if price, goes lower than this level here on the 5 minute and closes, then it starts attacking that range of that 5 minute, which isn't as good. So you want to see this price at this time of day going into 11, closing bullish, right? You want to see that 15 at 5 closing bullish. So like right now, to me, this isn't as good of price action on the 5 minute because it's starting to fail that level with the 1 hour already making basically a lower low. So it's either this is gonna like lower low to extend up above 18.3 and come back in this level, or this is getting ready to lower low, lower high and fall over. Okay. So it's kind of annoying to see this right here. But that's just kind of what it is right now. So we'll see with this 15-minute close coming in there 8:45, this last 15 minutes of the hour going into 11, and then if we can get a close above 18,250, I think that we might be able to get up into the 18,350s today. So it's not looking as promising right now, especially with this 5 minute candle closing, getting ready to close below after forcing up at the 80 level. So we'll see how the 15-minute closes here.
Some sellers coming in here saying, no, they hire guys.
So this looks good going into 11. Hopefully we can continue to push up to the 18,350s. And I do have a CFD position as well. So I will be partialing that position at basically the same area on CFD, but 18,350s. So today on my future position to have a green day still, I think I'm going to end up maybe getting out or trailing my risk at that 18,350 area. Depending on how price responds here, 18,300 and at New York Open, if it can just blast through New York Open, then I could probably hold out because all the points of interest are still at the high of the day. So that gives me more, a better feeling that we could still push up into those prices. And then when you look at all three of the assets across the board, and pull this over here whenever it decides to pull. Okay. Computer is kind of frozen up here. Let's see. Okay, so unfortunately, my computer is freezing right now. So I'm trying to get. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I just want to compare them all here really quick so you kind of have an idea. What I'm looking at is these 1 hours are all pumping. They're all pumping, and this is at the low of the days. So potentially, like I said, if you get ES to close above 52 and then take this high, and then this to close above 18.3 and then maybe take this high, that would be a really good move for the day. Otherwise, they could just sit here and kind of wait it out. And then volume could just, it could keep rejecting away from New York Open and just fall over. So my goal would be, like I said, to see this continue up. And the risk right now I have is about 20 points on the trade. So that's good for me, the probabilities of getting from, here up here. And is about 140 points back to market open. So I think if we could get there, I would definitely be pretty, happy and ecstatic still to get that green day potentially and to have a small profit for the day. So we'll see what happens. So on the 1 hour, I'd love to see price close above that 15-minute on the left side blue line on the left, right? And then I'd love to see, and obviously 18,250. But that would give me more, better feeling about this trade going throughout the PM session if it was going to play out, is if we could get, those prices to start closing higher on that 1 hour. So I will be patient and see what they do. Okay, because I'm not really watching that price as much today. I know from 213s to 313s, to like basically the yeah, what is this? The 360s. I would like price to get there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to watch as long as we can continue. Like we have this 5-minute engulfing, which shows weakness on this range, unfortunately. But if we can continue to get this 15-minute candle to close, maybe in this area to go up, then I would want to see possibly just price even go to 18360s. But if they start to fail this price here, looking at the other two, they're not really in an area to do anything except either make it or break it here. So with this, like I said, with this candle closing lower like this, when I look at this subjectively, right, better uh like this, it just looks like they're trending, right? The market's trending higher, high, higher, low, etc., lower, 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 high. So we'll see how this candle closes. They may want to fill this imbalance, but if they hold this 250 level, then I still would want to see possible price get right above and come tap market open. And my exit today will most likely be right around the 18360. So just in case I'm not watching it, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and move my area to here to make sure and secure that green day and a small profit for the day. And we'll see what ends up happening. So, like I said, I would say at this time of day, that's not really as much as you want to see. You have a 5-minute lower low, you have a 15-minute break as well. So, and this next candle, they could extend down, filling the inefficiency on the 5-minute, which would be here. And they could be filling a 15-minute one as well. So you could cover the position and look to trade another day. I have exactly the risk that I want accepted on the trade. So I'm going to be watching the price tight here in this first 15 minutes. So I do want to see how this 5 is going to close because, as they hold higher high, higher low, higher high, if they don't break this little area right here and they can close back above 18,250s, I would like to still see them continue up, but we'll see. It's just that time of day where it's kind of make or break. They can feel that inefficiency as well. I want to point that out really quick where it's at. So this little inefficiency right here until the end of the day is very important. So I'm gonna make it this color so it makes more sense. And so that level on this 15 and on this 5 are important. But if you can hold this half level and then price, on a technically on a line graph can go make higher highs, then there's a good chance that we can get to that 18,360 level and just slip these people sitting right here. So that would be great. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That would still get me out of here with a green day and you know, um, somewhat make up for some of the mistakes that I made potentially if we can get this. So we'll see. So don't forget, even though we've been trading futures, I like to plot the positions like we used to do on CFD, just to kind of get an idea what that looks like on a higher time frame. So it's inside this down candle was the area. So if it can work out, then great. And if not, then like I said, we're gonna find out here fairly quickly. I think if we go 5 minute back below 18,250, then the likelihood of this going higher goes down dramatically. So like right here, going into this first 15 minutes of the hour, like 5 minute break below 18,250 isn't as good. So you'd want to start seeing price start to climb if it's going to go any higher here. Because this 15 minute candle only has one 5 minute candle left to print. So if it is going to fill that inefficiency, it could do it now. So if it's not going to go any lower, then you would start seeing price start to respect 18,250s and start working its way up. It's not looking as good for that. So usually you'll know by 11:15, and they're kind of flushing this price out here. So it's going to be tough if they do hold this area. They're coming back into that imbalance again, and so it's like lower low, lower high, and they failed the area. So if they tap right off of this candle and this imbalance and rally, that would be interesting. But if they made lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then they come to do another lower low, then we're looking at 18,150s as an area. Would be the next area that would price could potentially do the best thing. But for me personally, that this would be it for me today. Is if it can't find its way up off of these levels, then that would be it for me today. So just trying to wait it out here, trying to see what we get for this 11:15. So at this time, they're filling the imbalance on the 15. They're trying to fill, it looks like that 5 minute balance at the 220s. So if this level doesn't turn around between now here and 11:30, then they'll just push the prices lower to 18,150s. So they're just kind of hanging that price up there. What I'm trying to look for is see if we're gonna get this imbalance filled to 220s and then price rally, and get like a bounce off this area. But if we don't, like I said, then it'll be pretty much a wrap for the day. Mhm. Okay, so this will be the area that we'll see. I'll stay on stream until 11:30 just to see if we get, the push or if it just pushes lower here right in the beginning. But this is the area that I would anticipate, that they would higher low at one last time and could go up to our area, or they're going to sink lower here after closing below 18,250s and they'll start failing lower. So it's really up to the markets. And if there's really nothing that shows here on those first 5 minutes here, I would say that like I said, the volume's just so low and they're so bearish that it just so we'll see. So this doesn't look like it's gonna work out today. It's kind of pushing down close to that area. So I don't really see, unless it was to respond off this area nicely, then I wouldn't see them holding this because the 1 hour just has that 18,150 still open. So and so letting this, this winner essentially come back to a loser because of that 5 minute structure break was essentially it's my fault. So it is what it is. I could cut it now, but I have the risk on there. What was this 1803? So I'll leave it here if it works. It might bounce off this level and pull back. So I don't want to, there's the probabilities of what could happen. So I'm not too for sure still. But those 1 hours just look more bearish than anything to slip those lows. But we shall see if they'll slip 18.2 right here. So if this can work out price action wise, I'd want to see that 15-minute close outside of that purple box on the left. And I'd want to see that 5 minute engulf on the right and start closing higher than the 18,220s. Otherwise, it'll just fall over. So for the recording side, what we'll see happen today, I'm gonna actually end the recording. If price does go lower, right, this obviously would be a loss for today. If price does end up from this point, when we come back to the stream, goes up to the 18,300s first before ever breaking back below. Looks like 18,190 with a risk R. Then we will still be in a profit for the day. So green level 18.3 would still be a profit for the day, just breaking even a little bit more than, a little bit in profit, and then 18,360 would put me in a profit for the day for sure. So we'll see what happens. But with that being said, that'll be the end of the stream today. We've been going for about 3 hours. Had some mistakes, things to clean up. The good thing for the weekend. Maybe potentially this will cover some of my mistakes today, or it'll just, like I said, go lower and go fill this wick eventually fairly quickly. So we'll see what happens by the end of the day. I appreciate you guys watching Into the Futures. We had a pretty amazing week. Hopefully we can cap this week off with a win and, have we have 3 wins already secured. So, we have 1 loss on Wednesday. If today is a loss, then that's not so bad for the week. But if we can secure even a break even or a win today, it would be really nice. So appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a good rest of your day. Trade safe.